Hello, cats and kittens. Hola, Jose Yoroshio. I'm back in the Crisis Corner, in the movie corner, with my impressions on Starfleet Academy. Starfleet Academy is trash. Objectively, it is trash. It is poorly written trash. I'm not even getting into any of the woke aspects or perceived woke aspects of the show, or you know, people crying about how it's feminized, blah blah blah, whatever. Forget that. On the merits, objective merits, it's a badly written show. It's a poor show. But I'm not going to get into the specifics. A lot of people say that it's 90210 in space. I say that's an insult to 90210. I watched 90210. I watched Dawson's Creek to a certain extent. Those shows, this is not that. Okay, this is much worse. Okay, we're talking about, this is basically a marriage between maybe iCarly and Riverdale, somewhere around there. Yeah, a Nickelodeon show married to the hookup culture of a CW show. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about Starfleet Academy. It is objectively trash. But the purpose of this video is not to speak to the specifics as to why Starfleet Academy is trash, but rather to answer the question, is this Star Trek? A lot of people are saying this is not Star Trek, but is it? Sadly, the answer to that question is yes, it is. Why? Why do I say that? Because Star Trek is a corporate brand. It is a corporate brand like Ford, IBM, McDonald's, Starbucks. It is a label that you slap on a product and market to a demographic. Was that always the case? No. Gene Roddenberry, when he originally made it, fresh out of the box, it was a creative concept of a world, a Earth united and mingling with other races, finished off all of their problems, wars, cease, and all of that good stuff, all of the altruistic, all of the aspirational aspects of what he thought the future could be like, projected into this concept. That's what Roddenberry was going with. And as long as his hand was on the wheel, from the original series all the way up until he was executive producer on the Next Generation, up until about, I think it was season 5 when he passed. He was serving as a consultant executive producer on the movies and so forth. So as long as his hand was on the wheel, even if there were different writers and different directors for specific episodes, it was still his vision, it was still his concept being carried out. He passes in 91, I think it was, 91 he passes. Then you hand it off to Berman. Berman did fantastic work with that franchise. He was an excellent steward of that franchise. Did he run neck and neck with Roddenberry's original concept? Not really, because when he got to Deep Space Nine, or when he introduced things like the Cardassian War and the conflict with the Cardassians and the Maquis, it stopped maybe a lot of the hopeful, vision of the future, kind of, was being tested. But that's the thing. He tested Roddenberry's version of the future through the conflict with with the Cardassians, and with the conflict with the founders and the Dominion and all of that good stuff. He tested the ideals of the Federation by taking Voyager and flinging them off into another section of the galaxy in isolation. Does the Federation's morality and so forth hold up away from home? I can't speak to Enterprise because I'm really not that much up on Enterprise, but I'm told it's good. I can't really speak to it though. I've seen some episodes, but I haven't seen the whole thing in context. But when you take Berman's era from late Star Trek Next Generation to Enterprise, you're talking peak Star Trek. The problem comes with everything after that. Once you get to um, Abrams Kirkman Star Trek, it all comes off the rails. The product is at that point being aimed at a different demographic than was originally intended. My analogy would be this. Let's say, since we're talking about brands, say Levi's. Okay, Levi's. I mean, I don't know every iteration of Levi's model, but let's just say bell-bottom jeans in the 70s. Let's say Levi's had bell-bottom jeans in the 70s. Fine. They didn't just stop with bell-bottom jeans. They changed and changed and changed. So if you're a Gen, whatever they are now, Z or whatever, and they slap the Levi's brand on jeans, they're not going to sell you bell-bottom jeans necessarily. Over the year, they might sell you thin, skinny jeans, for instance. But if you remember the Levi's from the 70s, you're not going to buy the skinny jeans. They won't be comfortable. They won't make sense to you because you're from the bell-bottom eras or maybe anything that came in between, but you're not feeling skinny jeans. The same with the Model T4. If you was down for the Model T4, you thought that was a get-off. And you say, oh, you can't beat the Model T. But when they came out with the Taurus, you're like, man, whatever. You know, it's your era. Now, the problem also is the writers of current Kirkman Trek, they are trolling the people that their demographic that they're aiming at. In my opinion, that's my opinion. They're trolling these people because I wouldn't even say they're pandering to them. They're just trolling them. And it seems evident, but I'll get into that in a different video. But my main thing is this. It is Star Trek. But the same as with the jeans. If you don't like skinny jeans, don't wear them. And if you don't like this iteration of Star Trek, don't watch it. I mean, unless you're a YouTuber and you need like content to get on, to slam, for likes and views and stuff like that, which is fine. You can slam whatever you like. But if you're a fan, if you are a Trekkie and you're of the Roddenberry Berman era, don't watch this. Please. You're doing yourself a disservice. You won't like it. You'll be upset. You'll be outraged. Again, to quote my man Elvis Costello, I used to be disgusted. Now I try to be amused. I'm not going to lose any sleep over this. I don't even hate watching. It's funny to me. To be honest with you, that last episode was hilarious. But I can't enjoy it because it's badly written, and I'll get into that later. But again, the thesis of this video is sadly, yes, this is Star Trek. And the same would go for Star Wars. The same would go for any other franchise that is away from the original creator's control. Not One Piece, because Oda is still shepherding that, be it the manga or be it the animation or be it even the live action. He has his hand on the wheel. Once he dies, sadly, who knows what'll happen. But we just have to just deal with this. Yes, this is Star Trek, and yes, it is bad. So that's all I got from the Crisis Corner. I know you're not I can't believe that you're enjoying Star Trek of Starfleet Academy, unless you just, goofing on it like I am. It's amazing. It's anyway. That's all I got from the Crisis Corner. I'll get into details. I might have to bring somebody in on this, but I'll get into details later. But hopefully you're enjoying something out there, and if you are, stay loose.